U.S. weapons transfers to Israel shrouded in secrecy, says The Intercept, but not Ukraine weapons shipments. 1 month since Hamas's surprise attack, little is known about the weapons the U.S. have provided to Israel, whereas the Biden administration released a 3-page, and there's, by the way, this is supposed to be public because you're supposed to be publicly accountable to people. You're supposed to be publicly accountable to Congress on weapons shipments. But so the Biden administration released a 3-page itemized list of weapons provided to Ukraine, down to the exact number of rounds. The information released about weapons sent to Israel could fit in a single sentence. So the list of weapons sent to Ukraine is very carefully itemized. The list of weapons sent to Israel is a single sentence. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby acknowledged the secrecy in his press briefing, saying that while U.S. security assistance on a near daily basis, while U.S. security is assisting on a near daily basis, he continued, we're being careful not to quantify or get into too much detail about what they're getting for their own operational security purposes, of course. But you could be sending them nuclear weapons for all we know. Like, I mean, and this could go along with the fact that they don't want people to know, could go along with the information I brought you several weeks ago about how Israel may be planning, this was according to Seymour Hersh and his internal sources, may be planning to drop the largest non-nuclear bombs on Gaza at some point, called the mother of all bombs, the Moab, which has, I think, only been dropped once by Donald Trump in Afghanistan. But they're so massive that it's the level of the smaller nuclear bombs that we used to make. The argument that transparency would imperil Israel's operational security, somehow not a concern with Ukraine, is misleading, experts told The Intercept. Quote, the notion that it would in any way harm the Israeli military's operational security to provide more information is a cover story for efforts to reduce information on the types of weapons being supplied to Israel and how they are being used. I think the fellow at the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft. I think the purposeful lack of transparency over what weapons the U.S. is supplying to Israel on a daily basis is tied to the larger administration policy of downplaying the extent to which Israel will use those weapons to commit war crimes and kill civilians in Gaza. Basically, U.S. is supplying Israel with weapons to commit war crimes and to commit genocide, and they don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to really concern yourself with it. And that's why they want secrecy.